Hello beautiful star, thanks so much for tuning in. I am Astar and welcome to Source Light Star. Today we are channeling messages from Serket, but we are also going to be channeling messages from 𝓼𝑇𝑼𝑝. So 𝓼𝑇𝑼𝑝 or Qebehsenuef is one of the four sons of Horus. They are basically four aspects of Horus, which are very much connected to the four elements, but also the four cardinal directions, the four pillars that are upholding heaven. And 𝓼𝑇𝑼𝑝 is responsible to uphold the west direction, and he is doing so with the beautiful Serket. So both the four sons of Horus, which are the divine masculine energy, and the four goddesses are responsible to uphold heaven, to uphold creation. And the four cardinal points, the four rudders of heaven, are basically the 4 points which allow creation to unfold. And again, Serket and 𝓼𝑇𝑼𝑝, they are connected to the cardinal direction of the west. So this card here represents Serket, and this card here represents 𝓼𝑇𝑼𝑝. Let's see what we have. I'm very excited, I hope you too. We have the moon, okay, makes a lot of sense. And we have clear waters, okay, interesting energy. Then for 𝓼𝑇𝑼𝑝 we have the world, okay. And we have plunge, okay. So the four sons of Horus, they all have a different head, and they all guard an organ of the deceased when they were being mummified in ancient Egypt. And 𝓼𝑇𝑼𝑝 has the head of the Falcon, and this very much resonates with the energy of Horus, because also Horus has the head of the Falcon. And it's very beautiful that 𝓼𝑇𝑼𝑝 and Serket are connected to the west, because this is really talking about the completion. So the west, that's the direction where the sun is setting. This is also the direction connected with death, the going down of the sun, flowing towards the night. And the Falcon is also talking about the completion of a cycle, the completion of the number 10. So 10 is the completion of all the numbers. We start with the oneness, we go through all the numbers, and then we end with the 10. But when we have reached the 10, we are back with the 1. So Heru or Horus is this idea of reaching the 10. And that's also the reason why we have 10 fingers. Because we as human beings, we are the oneness of the divine light, incarnated in a human vessel. But in this human vessel, we then have all the ingredients necessary to reconnect back with the oneness. And Serket is basically the protector of the dead. She is also the divine feminine energy that is protecting from the venom, from the snake bites. And this is very interesting because both the venom and the snake bites, they are basically talking about the illusion. Because snake, the serpent energy, that's the divine feminine energy, the Kundalini Shakti, the energy of being in duality, having an experience of duality. Because without duality there is no experience. Without the serpent energy there is only the oneness, which is omnipotent, omnipresent, all-knowing, all-being. But then in order to have an experience from A to B, in order to grow and evolve, we have to go through this divine feminine energy, like the experience of creation. So when the serpent is biting us, that actually means when we are going through a painful experience in our life, a challenging experience in our life, when we are experiencing illness or depression, basically when the snake is biting us, when there is venom in our body. The idea of venom, of poison, is also this idea of illusion. When we are caught in the illusion, also with the moon energy, then Serket is the one who heals us, so that we can clear the waters again, so that we can purify the waters again. Because with the moon, it's really this energy of being in the illusion, So here I'm really being taken to the story of the contendings of Horus and Set, the battle of Horus and Set. So Horus, that's the enlightened human being. Horus is our higher self. Horus is the realization that we are the divine light. And Set, on the other hand, that's the lower nature. So the lower nature is the animalistic nature, but it's also this energy of being attached to the physical, the energy of passion, of rage or envy, jealousy, so all the lower emotions, greed, all of these energies, they are the domain of Set. And the energy of enlightenment, of inspiration, of these higher ideals, that's the energy of Horus. And so in the story where Horus and Set are fighting, Set is basically taking the dirt, the poison, the venom, and Set is throwing it into the eye of Horus, of Heru. And when this happens, then the vision of Horus gets muddy. It's really this idea of us human beings not being able to see our divine light clearly, our divine essence clearly. So when our vision gets damaged, when our spiritual vision gets muddied and murky, then we are basically forgetting that we are the divine, that we are the oneness, that we are the light of source. And so Serket comes in order to help us in this moment, when our vision is muddy, when we have been bitten by the snake, again when we are experiencing the illusion of separation, when we are caught up in the illusion of separation, when there is disease, when there is imbalance, she's allowing the balance to be restored. She's allowing the waters to be cleared again. And interestingly enough, the energy of poison is also beneficial, because we can also use poison in order to heal. So sometimes snake venom is also used to create medicine. So this is very much this idea that even if we experience pain, even if there is challenges or disease or depression, this is actually the venom, the poison, that can help us heal. And so it's really about understanding the duality. And it's about understanding that even if the illusion is there, even if we experience the poison, even if we have been bitten by the snake, it's actually here to help us heal. It's here to help us grow, so that we can reconnect with this clear vision and reawaken Horus within ourselves. And this is why Serket and Horus, they are working together. They are a team, because there needs to be the divine feminine that clears the poison, and there needs to be the divine masculine, the Horus, that is activating the light. So that's why they are a team, that's why they work together. And now I'm actually feeling called to pull one more card to see the energy that connects 𝓃𝑍𝑐𝑒nuef with Serket. And we have the birth mysteries. Beautiful. What are you being called to create? And so this very much takes me to this energy of death in order to be reborn again. So again, west is the direction where the sun is setting. It's basically the ending of a cycle, the ending of the illusion of separation, so that we can be rebirthed into the union. And birthing mysteries is talking about this birthing that comes after we have gone through the midnight mystery. If you watch the video Messages from Set, we have been talking about the midnight mystery. If you resonate with this whole theme, feel free to explore also the other readings, because in the reading of Set, we have been talking about the midnight mystery. So it's really this energy of dying. So we go through the darkness of the night. This is also talking about the dark night of the soul, when we reconnect with the invisible. This is also talking about ancestral karma, purging ancestral karma, really going through the depth of the darkness, going to the underworld, really getting deep to get to know ourselves. And in the darkness of the night, where the illusion is being stripped away from us, where we are healing ancestral wounds and healing ancestral trauma, we are then reborn again with a lot of wisdom. So this is also talking about initiation. So Serket is also the nature that helps us initiate ourselves, the initiation into sacred wisdom, into the mysteries. And in ancient Egypt or in Atlantis, the initiations, they were very extreme. So one of the initiations was to enter a crocodile pond, literally a pond where crocodiles were present, and to swim there in the night for hours in the trust that the crocodiles are not eating the human. So it's really this test of faith. Like, this is just one example, but there have been many very extreme initiations. And the intensity of these initiations is basically helping the spiritual adept, the spiritual initiate, to get closer to the mystery, to learn about the mystery. So the reason why we might experience a snake bite, which means the experience of suffering, of illness or depression, is not to make us weaker, but is actually to make us stronger. So sometimes we have to go through the pain, sometimes we have to go through the challenges in order to make us stronger, in order to see what we are capable of. So it's really this energy of the initiation into our strength. And so Serket is very much also resonating with this energy of death, this energy of destruction, also very similar to Sekhmet. Because just like Sekhmet, Serket is the dispeller of darkness. And so when we go through the dark night of the soul, we are being reborn with a deeper sense of purpose. We are being reborn with a deeper sense of being connected to ourselves, being connected to our soul, but also learning about our strength. If we have gone through so many challenges and we were able to overcome them, then the gift is that we are learning about our strength. So we go through challenges in order to reconnect with our inner strength, that we are able to overcome it. We are not coming here to suffer for the sake of suffering, but we are coming here in order to heal from the illness, to release the depression, so that we can be reborn as a new creature, so that we learn about our strength and we learn about our inherent power of the light. It's about understanding the power of the light, that the light can heal anything. So it's really this idea that all the illusion is temporary, everything which is separation is temporary. And Serket is really helping us to clear the vision. Serket is really helping us to clear the muddiness, the murkiness from our vision, so that we can see clearly, so that we can reconnect with the light of the divine. And it's so beautiful. Here it says, don't hold back, it's time. So there is also this message of going all in, this message of actually the cycle is over because we have already reached the completion, and now is the time to go all in and to create what we are really being called to create. That's why this card is centering the reading. So again, if you feel that there is still poison in your life, if you still experience illness or depression, or if there is still a sting in your heart, then it is really this invitation to call in Serket so she can heal the snake bite, so she can clear the illusion and bring back the vision of clarity, the vision of oneness. So when our vision gets cleared, we are looking at ourselves through the eyes of Horus. Whereas if our vision is still muddy and dirty, we are looking at life through the eyes of Set. So the eyes of Set is again the lower human nature. So the illness is actually not being able to feel and experience our divine nature. That's the illness of illusion. And Serket is helping to clear the illusion so that we can reconnect with the truth, with the clarity of vision. And the clarity of vision is that we are the divine, that we are Horus, that we are the light of source crystallized in this human vessel. Whereas if our light is dirty, if we are believing in the illusion, then we think of ourselves as being separate from source. Then there is the illusion of separation, then there is pain and suffering. But all this pain and suffering is part of the illusion. I'm not saying that the pain is not real, but the only thing which is real is health, is wholeness, is oneness. And so we experience this temporary separation, which is a very real experience. I'm not saying this is not real, but we go through this temporary separation, this illusion, so that we can reconnect with the oneness even stronger, even more, so that a new aspect of ourselves can be born, so that we can re-experience the light in a new way. And this is very much where Serket and Qebehsenuef are helping us. And now I'm feeling called to pull some more cards from Serket and Qebehsenuef. We have the 2 of Pentacles and we have the 7 of Pentacles. Back of the deck, 5 of Wands, beautiful. The 5 of Wands is very much talking about, again, the battle of Horus and Set. This is basically the battle between the angel and the devil. So now I'm actually seeing this image of a human having an angel on one side and the devil on the other side. It's actually the story of Horus and Set where this image comes from, having the devil on one side and the angel on the other side. And so this battle is actually here as an initiation. It's actually here to help us grow, to help us birth a new creation, a creation that is based on the vision of Horus, the vision of oneness. And this is what we are wanting to harvest. This is then what we are taking away from this life. So there is really this message of moving away from the pain and reminding ourselves that we are not here for the pain. We are not here for the suffering. Surely the pain and the suffering is serving a purpose, but what we are actually here for is being able to heal the illness, being able to reconnect with the light, being able to clear our vision again. And this is what then in the end we are harvesting on the soul's journey, in our bucket. So it's really this shifting of focus that actually we are healing. Actually we are being initiated. We have chosen to have this experience in order to harvest the fruits of our labor. The fruits of our labor, literally a new baby being born, a new self being born. So we are here to transform ourselves, to let go of the illusion, heal the karma, heal the ancestral generational karma, and close a cycle with the world. So we are here in this realm to reach completion. But before we can reach the completion, we have to go through the death process. That's why Serket and Qebehsenuef, they are guarding the West. It's this dying of the illusion to be reborn as the light again. And it's so beautiful that another name for Serket is also she who causes the throat to breathe, but she is also who causes the throat to tighten. She is both the kiss of death, but also the breath of rebirth. So this is again this notion that the venom, the poison, is here to heal us, is here to allow this rebirth to take place. And this is then in the end what we are taking away from this incarnation. We are not taking away the pain. We are taking away the victory of overcoming the pain. We are not taking away the darkness, but we are taking away the strength of overcoming the darkness. This is our harvest. This is how we reach completion. And so the main message from Qebehsenuef and Serket is really about juggling with our vision, juggling with the way how we look at our life. And if we play a little bit with our perspective, we can actually change the perspective from being the victim of our circumstances to being the king of the universe, to being on top of the world. The perspective shift from the vision of Set to the vision of Horus, from the lower human nature to the enlightened human being. And this is very much what Serket and Qebehsenuef are helping us to do. So, beautiful star, this was your message for today. I hope you resonated with the messages. Please let me know if you did. And I'm also offering personal readings and healing sessions, so you find all the information on my website below. If you like this video, feel free to comment, share, subscribe, whatever feels in alignment for you. I am very grateful for your presence here. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. And thanks so much for watching again. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye, much love.